deep forest of Guyana, there is a guardian named Papa Bois. There are stories about him passed out throughout the Caribbean, throughout culture, and outsiders never take it seriously until he does something to them that they can't unsee. I've heard stories about him getting poachers, hunters. It doesn't stop there. Welcome back, gang. I'm Cube of Lore. This is Forbidden Lore Season 2, and I'm back at it again with another story time. Alright, if y'all don't have time to watch this video, just save, follow, just come back later. Y'all know I hate long intros when we gotta move on. So I've heard reports about Papa all over the Caribbean. Trinidad and Tobago, Dominica. They might have them in the other countries. Maybe just called him a different name. Us in Guyana, we call him the old man of the forest. Papa Bois is a guardian of wilderness. He's a shapeshifter, spirit of the forest. He's the protector of animals, punisher of whoever takes too much. Some people have seen him with hooves and horns, like creatures very similar to European lore, like satyrs, like Pan. People in Guyana never had any of those stories in front of them, so they could have never knew. There's no possible way for them to compare notes. They just saw him. Papa Bois is a little different. He is said to be much larger, almost like a towering forest giant. Some even mistaken him for Bigfoot. And his wife is Mama De Lo, another spirit tied to nature and water, keeping the balance of the wild. It's wild, right? Let's get into this story time. Now that y'all got the rundown on Papa Bois. So when Andrew was about 15 years old, he lived in a small village near the forest. He was doing what he always did, helping his family out. Andrew had put out some crab traps earlier in the day, about 20 in total. He went out there to check on them. Andrew had about 3 more left before he had to collect and go home. He was definitely having crab for dinner. Nice little Guyanese seafood boy. I feel it. At first, everything was normal. Then something changed. Andrew started to feel like he was being watched. Not only watched, studied. As he moved deeper into the forest, he noticed like a strange smell. At first, he thought it might be the nearby indigenous community who live in the forest, and their goats usually, wander throughout the woods. Because he said it smelled straight up like a goat. Strong, musky, just wild. I've never smelled a goat before, but if y'all know what that smell like, y'all let me know in the comments. Is it one size fit all for all the goats? They all smell alike? Is that what's going on? Males and the female? Alright, let me get back to this story, because what? So at this point, Andrew's stopping and looking around at his surroundings, because what's going on? He noticed there was no people, there was no goat, there was no type of movement at all in the forest. Just silence. It was almost too silent. You could normally hear some birds, some move around in the bushes, nothing. So Andrew stood up closely, trying to figure out what was there, and that's when he saw it. Between the vine, what y'all would call like a tree line, but ours is a thick tree line. Something was standing there, looking directly at Andrew. At first, Andrew really just thought it was the vine, just branches shaped wrong, and just thought the forest was playing tricks on him. Forest that old, of all different shapes and sizes and just growth going on. So I could understand what he means. So he walked closer. I know how curious kids be. I'm confused of why he did this, but cool, good for you. The boy was curious, like most kids, before fear finally catches up to them. That is a good question. Why aren't kids like afraid? They be having fearless spirit. Very interesting to think about. Now Andrew's about like 4 feet away from this creature and is still not moving. Now he could clearly see it wasn't just vines. It had shape, mass, all of that. He said it was covered completely in hair. Thick and wild, like it had grown out the forest itself. He ain't never seen anything like this in his entire life. And trust me, if you guys ever go visit Guyana on vacation or holiday, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on. It's a very magical and spiritual place. If you got your passport, definitely add Guyana to your list. Now Andrew's an adult. What he says that he remembers most though were the eyes. He said they weren't animal eyes. They were like human-like, big, deep, and emotional. He said they almost looked like they understood him, like it knew exactly who he was. Like it wasn't just watching him, but recognizing him. That was it. He dropped everything. His cutlass is what we call machete, crab traps, the crabs, everything. His bag, everything. Didn't even think about it. Just turned and ran. Straight out of the forest and straight home. When Andrew got back to the village, told everyone what happened. Our country is small, only about 800,000 people. People tend to know your business. But he was expecting disbelief, when he got back to the village and he's telling his story. Maybe even laughter, because Guyanese people like to laugh at you. But instead, the older villagers just nodded. Like they already knew. He said he remembers it like it was yesterday. They just said, "You saw Papa Bois." It wasn't strange at all. Like it was just to be expected, gang. They explained to him Papa Bois was a guardian of the forest. He protects the animals, the land, balance of nature. Those who take too much or come with bad intentions, he fixes them. He makes sure he handles them for sure. Anytime I watch any of those gold digging shows and it's about Guyana, they're in my country digging up gold, I'm like, this is not gonna go good. Most episodes, they barely find any gold, but literally people get hurt, machines break, some people get sick. I've even seen an episode or two people being unalive. There's mudslide, quicksand, vicious, giant animals. I'm always like, yeah, the land don't play. Cannot take without permission. And like I said, Papa Bois is all over the Caribbean. I'm sure there's some form of like portal, or maybe he got brothers and sisters and siblings. I don't know. But definitely the Caribbean is protected by something or some things. All right, before my video gets too long, I'm gonna let y'all go. Make sure y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments and just call me back. If you like stories like you want to stay on this side of the algorithm, don't forget to engage from the bottom up. Y'all already know, repost, save, comment, and like. Also, put my notifications on too, because I don't know, they be shadow banning me sometimes. If you're seeing this from YouTube, make sure you subscribe and like Cube Oxley, which is all my fun content, and Cube of Lore, which that is my channel with all my cryptic, paranormal, supernatural stories. And don't forget, guys, I stream on Twitch, literally right there in my bio, so attached to my name. It's all over. Please follow, please support. I greatly would appreciate it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll catch y'all in the next video.